Good morning, it's April 12th, 2021, and it's time for Dr. Schleitz's APOD game. If you can rename this nebula based on what you think it looks like, call it out or leave it in the comments down below. If you thought, well, this star over here to the left looks like one of the belt stars from the constellation Orion, well, that's a really lucky guess. I kind of feel like you might have looked ahead at the explanation if you came up with that. And if you thought, well, this looks like, I don't know, like a fire, maybe let's call it the fire nebula. So close, the flame nebula. So this is all in the top and the flame nebula. What lights up the flame nebula? 1,500 light years away towards the constellation of Orion lies a nebula which, from its glow and dark dust lanes, appears on the left like a billowing fire. But fire, the rapid acquisition of oxygen, is not what makes this flame glow. Rather, the bright star all in the top. The easternmost star of the belt of Orion, visible on the far left, shines energetic light into the flame that knocks electrons away from the great clouds of hydrogen gas that reside there. Much of the glow results when the electrons of ionized hydrogen recombine. The featured picture of the flame nebula, NGC 2024, was taken across 3 visible color bands with detail added by a long duration exposure taken in light emitted only by hydrogen. The flame nebula is part of the Orion molecular cloud complex, a star-forming region that includes the famous Horsehead Nebula. So today we're starting to learn about stellar evolution, and all stars will sort of begin with what's called a protostar that are formed from giant molecular clouds. And there's a giant molecular cloud complex towards the constellation Orion. You can see that this is actually a part of sort of a larger complex there. Let's click on this link and see if that gives us another picture. Looks like a YouTube video here. Let's have a watch. We might end up ripping a hole in the space-time continuum because I'm recording this to upload onto my YouTube channel, and I've clicked on a link which itself is a YouTube video. So this might end up creating a recursive function from which we'll never escape. Sorry if that's the case, everybody. All right, pretty cool. So I'll leave you to sort of watch that on your own. You see lots of stars being formed from this more, much larger structure, this giant molecular cloud.